that are shaping the agricultural landscape, especially as we delve into the transformative potential of partnerships revolutionizing the livestock trade in Kenya's arid and semi-arid spaces. Of course, that involves all things from improving the market access to things like enhancing resilience against climate change for stakeholders like farmers and other people along the value chain. And we'll endeavor to uncover how collaborations are driving progress in this space, especially in view of the need to create resilience, sustainability in the face of climate change. Now, to dig into that, we have, of course, with us a special guest here in studio, Mohamed Boru Ali. He is the Deputy Secretary in the county of Isiolo. Karibu sana. Of course, also wearing the hat of the person in charge of special programs. He's, of course, an expert in that space and will lend us his insights into this space. Well, let's get directly into it. And of course, the fact of the matter has been that the livestock trade has been the backbone of agriculture in this country, be it chicken, be it, well, other types of livestock like beef, like sheep, like goats, you name it, you most likely have eaten it. Where does it come from? How does it get to your plate? Let's jump right into that question right now. But let's start off with the question of what is the contribution of this sector to Kenya's economy today?
Thank you so much. I'm Mohamed Boru,
yes,
Deputy County Secretary, Isiolo County, in charge of partnerships and NGO coordination. That's a wonderful question.
Yes.
But first, allow me to give a snapshot of the background of where I come from, Isiolo County.
Yes.
My position as partnership and NGO coordination was created by our present governor, Ibrahim Hassan. The wisdom is to bring together all partners working in the county to work with and under the umbrella of Isiolo County government. And that one has been created for us, a very important opportunity to harness resources and deliver better. Isiolo County is the gateway to northern frontier and also towards the islands of Kenya. It is the center of this country. If you can remember your primary school mathematics, when you draw a circle and the line which passes through is the radius, where at the center where they meet, it's the diameter, where all the radius of this country meet is Isiolo County. It's the center of Kenya. It's a county which has a great feature because the next resource city in the country. During the in visualization of the Vision 30 of this country. And it's the next destination. And I'm going to share more about how Isiolo County and development of partnership is revolutionizing the life of the communities.
So when you think about Isiolo County and the fact that it is mostly arid, it's considered ASAL, and a lot of the people there are pastoralists, especially nomadic pastoralists, and livestock is the backbone. Talk to us about that.
70% of livelihood economies of Isiolo County is from pastoralism. So the communities of Isiolo heavily depend on livestock as source of their livelihoods. Their dependence on income, employment, and food security is dependent on livelihood. Only 30% of the population do practice agro-pastoralism, other forms of income. So livestock economy is our main economy. And our communities mainly keep the type of livestock, the cows, the cattle, the goats, the sheep, and camels as the main animals, and mostly in the northern part of the county.
Then, seeing as this is the case and knowing that this is the backbone, what do you think are the major challenges that this sector faces? What are the challenges that people in that particular area are facing that you have been trying to fix?
There are many challenges today. The pastoral community of Isiolo are facing, like other ASAL counties in northern Kenya. And the most critical one is the climatic change. We have persistent and frequent drought, which has really affected the pasture, depleted the pasture, and also created water scarcity. We have also the challenge of unpredictable rains. That when we expect the rains, it doesn't come. And that one has forced communities to move from one place to another to look for pasture and water. And also because the only available pasture is not enough.
Yes.
There are lots of conflict within the resources. Isiolo is surrounded by several pastoral counties.
Yes.
On the east, we have Garissa County. On the northeast, we have Wajir. On the northwest is Marsabit, and the eastern side is Samburu. When the rains stop and drought set in, Isiolo is one of the few counties where depletion of pasture delays because we are close to the highlands of Kenya, Mount Kenya, and also Nyambene Hills.
Yes.
So the animals from the neighboring counties come to Isiolo to look for water and pasture. That triggers conflict because it is not enough. Sometimes we lose human life, and also animals are stolen. So that conflict has been a problem. So insecurity has been a big issue. The other challenge of livestock in Isiolo is infrastructure. Most of the community live outside Isiolo town, 200-300 kilometers away.
Yes.
They can't access the market because the roads are not good. The other challenge also is the issue of exploitation by middlemen. People come from this part of Kenya,
Yes.
Nairobi and other areas, central Kenya. They go and buy animals from the Aboma, very little money, and they go and sell these animals exorbitantly. So it has been a challenge for communities. And also the only weekend livestock through drought are also affected by diseases and pests because the availability of drugs or veterinary are very far from community. The only available agrovets are in Isiolo town, the county headquarters. There's other 4 sub-counties have no access to agrovets. So people are forced to come to Isiolo to buy drugs. Those who are not able, then the animals are affected. Yeah.
When it comes to rainfall, there is also the issue that sometimes when it rains, you will encounter floods, and there generally has not been a way to store this water. Talk to us about the initiatives around that, especially knowing that that is one of the ways that can break this cycle.
Isiolo County is traversed by Wasonyiro River, the second biggest river in Kenya, and the northern part of Isiolo is the floodplains of the river. This river, this is the old age. It goes underground Rorian swamp. So when the river floods, it displaces the communities. Already, as we are talking now, one of the communities in Resaboru have been displaced permanently, moved to urban part towards the Modugashe Road. So this recurrent flooding has been a problem. Sometimes it doesn't rain in Isiolo. It rains in the highlands of Abadias and Mount Kenya.
Yes.
The flood comes and displaces people. So it has been a challenge. So our governor, through his wisdom, has worked very closely with national government and World Bank. And there is a plan to build a mega dam between Laikipia, Samburu, and Isiolo, Crocodile Jaw Dam, which is going to control water. Also downstream, the governor also wants to build another dam called Kubikalo Dam, which is going to control water, provide water for irrigation and electricity. And then also, we are working with our partners in response to drought and also the floods, where when we expect that through NDMS department and also with the state, where the people, we prepare the communities to move upstream. But I think the county is planning to control those floods through irrigation and all moving people from close to the rivers. Yeah.
So it's quite a large challenge you've painted, and thank you for painting such a graphic picture for us. But we also know that there are now innovative solutions that have been brought to the market, that have been put in place by the various partners. Let's break those down. For example, there was a World Bank project, I think it was called Drive, that tried to address the issue of market access. You've talked about brokers. What sort of challenges are created for when people have livestock that are unable to offtake and are at the mercy of this kind of person who comes and offers whatever pricing? Okay,
first, I think one challenge I did not share earlier is that the pastoral communities keep animals for various reasons.
Yes.
Some for cultural and also social reasons.
Yes.
That traditionally, if you have more livestock, you are rich. You are respected. So sometimes they keep for aesthetic reasons, not to sell.
Yes.
So when the drought comes, we have a lot of challenges in trying to convince the community to destock the animals. So one of the challenges we have is that somebody keeps up to 700, 1,000 cattle. Within a day, they are gone, either by drought or by cattle rustlers. So we are also working with the communities to try to reduce their herds and sell. And that one means accessibility to the market.
Yes.
Now, we have worked very closely with the SID, the LMS, the livestock market systems, where we have built so many markets. Isiolo today has 7 functional markets. But the main ones is Isiolo Market and Olonyiro, where we have provided opportunity for sale of livestock. And the Isiolo market on Mondays and Thursdays is one of the busiest markets in this republic, where over 20 million shillings exchange hands. People come from central Kenya, they buy livestock.
Yes.
Livestock is brought even up to as far as southern Ethiopia. So the market accessibility, market opportunity is there. But the biggest challenge is accessibility by the communities. So we are working with the communities to form cooperatives,
Yes.
to form circles, so that they still sell these animals as a group, not individually. Let's say I have one cow to sell, I give to another group to bring to the market.
Yes.
So those opportunities have been created. And I want to be very grateful to USAID for enabling us to partner and form what we call PREG, Partnership for Resilience and Development. So PREG has brought all the partners together, USAID and county government, and through that we have collaborated to support market systems.
Yes.
And also we have supported community together with the partners in establishing feedlots.
Yes.
The biggest problem is the grass. So communities have been told how to harvest traditional grass, and also how to grow, how to store.
Yes.
They can put the livestock during the holidays, during the drought season,
yes.
and at the same time also they can sell the grass to the neighbors. So doing that, we have been able to control livestock loss. Yeah.
So I have two questions then in that space. First, of course, the move towards developing an electronic auction. That means that, like you said, people don't have to leave their homes if they work with a cooperative group or even organized people along the value chain who would transport this livestock to market. The prices can be monitored even from home. And secondly, the finishing aspect, that sometimes cows will have to be fattened or looked after or isolated before they go to market because of market requirements. Talk to us about that, please.
There is a plan by the county government of Isiolo to tag animals.
Yes.
Not only for selling, also for security purposes. When these animals are stolen, they go to neighboring county. Once they are tagged,
Yes.
you can follow up and get hold of the person who steal or get access to the animal.
Yes.
So tagging will also help us to monitor the animals. It's a progress going on.
Yes.
We are partnering with also some partners to do that. Secondly, also other than feedlot, the county is establishing, we have 10 wards and 5 sub-counties.
Yes.
In all the wards, we have trained the communities to establish where they can create a feedlot and also fatten the animals.
Yes.
Already we have done in 3 wards, in Garbatula sub-county, in Burat, and also in Garimara, and other 7 counties working towards that, so that the animals, before they are brought to the market, they are going to be fattened.
Yes.
And also another big catch is Isiolo Abattoir meat processing plant is almost 99% completed. Isiolo Abattoir, our governor, when he came in, he gave it a lot of focus, and that structure have been restructured,
Yes.
Have been rebuilt afresh, and the governor has installed the state-of-art equipment, both from European countries, which is at international level. It's almost ready. Recently visited by national government, the trade department,
Yes.
they said Isiolo Abattoir is bigger than even KMC. So it's going to create opportunity for our communities to
Yes.
sell the animals there. At the same time, there's opportunity also for exporting meat. Now, for that abattoir to be functional, we need to have enough feedlot around the abattoir area and in all the wards, so the animals can be fattened and sold. So that's a great opportunity for our communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you talk about a project like that, it also brings into focus the question of partnerships to ensure sustainability. Like you've said, there needs to be a consistent supply of livestock. There needs to be consistent offtake to market. There needs to be knowledge creation amongst the various producers, pastoralists, and people along the value chain to realize the opportunities and the knowledge that needs to be put in this space for that sort of thing. Talk to us about the knowledge creation exercise among the partners and the partnerships that are being created to ensure this becomes a success.
Just before the partners, we are sensitizing our community to practice 2 forms of pastoralism.
Yes.
We cannot leave our nomadic way of pastoralism. We have seen its importance, because if it is managed well, like in the olden days, by community elders, it can be sustained.
Yes.
But you're going to blend it with zero grazing,
Yes.
where a certain part of the county is going to be carved out.
Yes.
Together with partners, we're going to have several acres of land where grass is grown,
Yes.
and animals are fattened there. And also we have a plan to produce high-quality bulls, so that communities can access them. So we shall continue practicing nomadic pastoralism and blended with zero grazing. So there is that process of fattening. And that one we are working with partners like WFP, the food systems. Livestock actually has first out. We have a new partner through USAID, it's called LFS. So we are going to work with them and other partners so that communities are going to be trained how to keep breeds. Secondly, also, we are partner like AMREF and VSF and the others who are supporting the communities in establishment and also WFP in access of vet agrovets at the world level. They are supported some youths, some trained agrovets. They take close to the people. I mean, the drugs, they are going to be treated there. All this is going to help to improve the breed of the animals. At the same time, also, Isiolo County is not alone. We are partnering with the neighboring counties, ASAL counties. So there is opportunity for supply of livestock and meat to the abattoir.
So we've talked about the meat aspect. Let's turn to the milk aspect. Now, one of the interesting things we talked about earlier is that when there's drought, livestock, cattle might survive just one drought season, but we're told that things like camels survive up to 3 years without consistent water and that sort of thing. So what are the opportunities in terms of both meat and milk in the camel space?
The biggest challenge we are faced as Isiolo community, livestock center, is the value chains. Whereby the animal product cannot be stored and kept for a longer time. Both the milk, the meat, and even hide and skin. And through partnership of some partners, we have really addressed that one to a certain extent, and the progression is very encouraging. For instance, Isiolo is the first county in Eastern Central Africa which has produced powdered milk, powdered cow milk, which is now being processed at Kiganjo and KCC. And VSF and other partners and LVI built coolers in the interior part of the county. A place called Kulamawe and also Bisambiliko, coolers have been built. The county government bought motorbikes for the communities. The meat is collected from the rural areas, brought to that cooler, and also they were bought a cooler vehicle, which transport milk from 120 kilometers from Isiolo town up to Kiganjo. That milk has been converted into powder, and it has been even approved by KEBS. As we are talking today, that milk is sold internationally. Secondly, we have also trained our communities, women groups, and youths on how to convert this meat into yogurt. We have camel yogurt, we have cow yogurt, we have camel sausages, and then you have also preserved meat of cows and camels. We call nyiri, which can be preserved for up to 6-8 months. And also they have been assessed and approved by KEBS. So this preservation will help the communities even to access meat and milk during the dry season.
Those are commendable initiatives, and we almost have to go for a break shortly. But talk to us in brief about the success stories that are driving these initiatives. I know, for example, the Tawakal Women's Group, which collects that camel milk and it ends up here in Isiolo.
The success story is that the common pastoralists out there now as a place where they can take their milk at a closer range. You don't need to bring them. Up to today, some of the milk still go to Isiolo through containers like jerrycans, which are also unhygienic and also not properly stored. But the pastoralists in the rural areas are able to access the coolers and they'll be able to take the milk with less cost at a closer range. Secondly, also, when taken to a place like KCC, the payment is higher, is standard. Not somebody comes in between and take milk from them. So those opportunities are there. Also, the groups which make nyiri or the meat and yogurt products also have been linked to the market in Nairobi. And recently we had the meat expo in Nairobi here, and the groups came here. They got access to buyers and even other business people. We are given the opportunity. Our teams have visited Embu County, the Rakanidi County, to go and sell their products, and they have got market exposure, so they'll be able to produce and sell. Secondly, also, some of the groups have been supported by NDMA and other partners to build their own machines in Isiolo, so they can consistently process meat and milk, and at the same time also they'll be able to have a full supply of electricity.
So one of the things that we keep hearing as a rumor is that camel milk is high in insulin and it's good for people with diabetes and those sorts of things. Is just is that just a cultural thing or?
Actually, it's not cultural. Latest studies have shown that from veterinary studies,
yes,
camel milk is good for diabetes, it's good for ulcer,
yes,
it's good for blood pressure, and doctors are now recommending the children with autism
yes,
need to be given camel milk. They cannot consume other milk. So it is very medicinal.
Yes.
Secondly, people from up country nowadays also have seen that camel bones also medicinal.
Yes.
A lot of it is no longer wasted. They are bought, they take the soup.
Yes.
So from the drinking and also from access experience,
yes,
most of these products of camel are medicinal because they are not the browsers,
yes,
they graze us, they feed on medicinal plants, and that one is transferred into meat and milk.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Quite a lot to unpack, especially around these value chains. But we have to go to a short break now. But on the other side, I think we'll continue exploring these value chains and, of course, get into the impact that climate change has created and how technology is helping the county surmount that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more of this conversation.